Hello everybody, and this is salesdialers.com, and today we're going to give you a complete demonstration of the Sales Dialer sales engine. It's going to last about 25 minutes, give or take a few. I hope you're having a great day so far. What you're going to see today is our Sales Dialer sales engine that's simply going to give you the ability to contact more people in a shorter amount of time via the phone and email marketing. Instead of hand dialing 25 to 35 numbers an hour, you're dialing hundreds of people per hour, where sales is a numbers game. The more people you talk to, the more leads, the more sales. But our dialer is actually much more than just a dialer, because we have built-in FTC, FCC safeguards, call recording, emailing, and we have a CRM to help you manage, track, and nurture those leads from cradle to grave. Our dialer is a power dialer. It is not a predictive dialer. Typically with the predictive dialers, you'll see a lag time or hesitation those first couple sessions when you pick up a call, and you don't want to have that. And we actually own our dialer. There are some companies that will just white label or resell somebody else's dialer, which is fine, but typically we can react quicker to any questions or support needs you have. We have in-house support. And if you have an idea for a feature, we actually have the ability to implement that feature into the dialer and make the dialer better for everybody. So with the dialer, essentially our phone servers are making the phone calls for you, and all you're doing is calling into the phone servers. And you can make that phone call into our phone servers many different ways. You can literally pick up your home phone, office phone, cell phone. Of course, the cell phone, you can't get anything for free, so you need to have an unlimited minute plan for that. Or you can plug a headset into your computer and talk through our soft phone or your soft phone. Some people use Skype or Google Voice. And then essentially the servers will make the phone calls for you. In a few minutes, we're going to be making some live phone calls. So what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and get started. And we're going to start at the top of the page, support options. We offer you live chat support. We offer you live phone support down here at the bottom. Call the toll-free number. Hit the technical support extension. And you can go to our website where we have a lot of tutorials, a help desk, a lot of information to help you in that respect as well. So on the home page here, we have our calendar. All of these dates, of course, represent appointments and call reminders where you can click on a particular day, and those appointments will show up. And here you can see I can literally hover over that number. It'll turn green, and I can click and call that number right then and there. So you'll see this click-to-call feature throughout the dialer. You can create appointments on the fly by clicking here. Enter in all your information, date, time, any notes. Hit done, and this will dump the appointment into the calendar for you. You can view appointments by specific date range, custom date range. You can email these appointments to people. You can send these to agent accounts that fall underneath your manager account if you have multiple dialer accounts with us. And the calendar itself, you can actually synchronize with your Outlook or Gmail calendar. So if you have a smartphone, that means you can take it with you. So what we're going to do is work our way from top to bottom over here in these modules. And we're going to start with calling campaigns. Now, a campaign is a list of names that you have appropriate information for, pertinent to your business, what you're looking for. Could be name, address, phone, sales volume, number of employees, household income, height and weight. Whatever it is you need, you're going to upload that via a campaign. And list campaigns is where we edit our campaigns and manage them. So here I have the ability to press this button and start calling a campaign. I can resume calling, stop calling, delete, and edit a campaign. But right now, I want to show you how easy it is to actually create a campaign. And I can do that by clicking here or over here. You will name your campaign, type a description. Then you're going to upload your list of names via an Excel spreadsheet file format known as a comma-separated file, a comma-delimited file, or a CSV file. So I've got a number of different CSV files on my computer, so I'm just going to go ahead and pick one. Click Next. In our system, you also have the ability to use pre-recorded on-hold and answering machine recording messages. We actually load each dialer with generic male and female on-hold recordings. I actually have my own personal on-hold recordings, and we'll show you how to create yours. It's really easy. I would say that's something you probably want to do. And the purpose of the on-hold recording is if you're talking to somebody live on line 1 and somebody on lines 2, 3, or 4 pick up the phone, then lines 2, 3, or 4 are going to hear the on-hold recording. The sole purpose of this on-hold safe harbor recording is just to keep that person on the phone for a few more moments until you finish with your live call and can go speak with them. The recordings that we have work very well, regardless of whichever industry you practice. Frankly, they work so well that some of the other dialers have copied us on it, so I guess emulation is the best form of flattery. You can also drop a pre-recorded message into somebody's voicemail at the click of a button. You click the play recording button, the system will transfer you to the next live caller and leave that message for you at the same time. So essentially you are continuously talking to live people, which is what you want. With live people, you can build that rapport, you can overcome objections, and of course you can generate those leads and sales. We have a couple features with our system, one of which is auto pause. This is a feature we've designed specifically for new customers. It pauses the dialer systematically for you, helping you get acclimated slowly. So this is something we like our new customers to use. Enable recording. If you'd like to record the phone conversations that you're having with people for training or monitoring purposes, or if your company uses recordings as applications, great resource here. Time zone protection. If you attempt to make a phone call outside of the FTC regulated calling hours, the system will simply stop that call from going through. So there's no reason really not to have this box checked. If you would like your appointment to receive an email reminder using Microsoft Outlook, assuming you're using Microsoft Outlook, check this box. Caller ID. You can decide what number shows up on their phone. I would tell you if you're calling consumers, you don't want to use a toll-free number. You want to use a non-toll-free number, and there are services out there where you can get those numbers for free or at a nominal cost. That'll drastically increase the amount of pickups that you get. Number of lines, you can call at 1, 2, 3, or 4 lines at a time, whatever you're most comfortable with. Depending on the campaign, it might vary. Phone ring time. I suggest 5 or 6 rings. However, if you're deliberately trying to avoid the answering machines and the voicemails, you want to set that at 4 rings, maybe 3, optimally 4. And if you'd like to send emails to people live while you're on the phone, click this box here, and we're going to give you 3 different options. You can choose a single email template from your library, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes. Every time you hit the send mail button, that person will receive that specific email template. Or you can do allow me to choose while sending. This gives you the ability to choose up to 3 different email templates. You can choose live on the fly which one you want that person to receive. Or you can initiate an automatic series of follow-up emails, or what we like to call a drip email. These emails go out automatically over time after you initiate the first email. We'll talk more about that later as well. Then we also built in some automation where you can automatically send an email upon dropping a pre-recorded voicemail. Now, the last thing that you're going to do to create your campaign is you're going to map your data. Over in the right-hand column is the information that you uploaded from your Excel CSV file. In the left-hand column is what's going to show up when you actually talk to somebody. So drag and drop from right to left. If you don't need it, don't drag it over. There's no reason to complicate things. And if you have custom fields that we do not, come down here to the bottom left-hand corner and click Add More Custom Fields. If you need that height and weight, home value, or you're doing some B2B work, you need sales volume, whatever it is you need, you can personalize this to your business, then hit Finish, and that campaign will be created. So what we're getting ready to do now is we're going to make some live phone calls. When I make live phone calls, just so you know, I'm essentially playing dumb, asking for fictitious names and places. or just telling them I have the wrong number, because I'm just trying to get on and off the phone quickly so you can see how the dialer works. What you're looking at here is a 3-line calling campaign. Thus you can see the 3 different boxes where you're going to see a status of the call, a name, and a phone number. You're also going to see our FTC compliance meter that monitors the FTC abandonment rate. That rate is 3%, the 3% threshold. What we've done is we converted that number to a more easily measurable number, which is 100%. So if you see the 0 climbing up higher and higher, 70, 80, 90%, that means you need to slow down your calling campaign from 4 lines per hour to 3 or 3 lines per hour to 2. So we're going to make some live phone calls, and I'll talk to you while I'm talking to them. Of course, you can read the status updates here as far as what's going on with the call. We might see time zone restricted, busy signal answer. There's a time zone restricted, time zone restricted.
Thank you for calling the North Claiborne Group. If you know your party's 4-digit...
I'm going to hit hang up. Notice we heard that first thank you, or that first hello, per se.
Hello, Range Realty Atlanta North. This is Renee.
Yes, can I speak to Tommy Staten, please?
Not in this office.
Oh, goodness. I know he's a Keller agent. I tell you what, let me go back and check the email, ma'am. I'm sorry to bother you. Thank you, ma'am. Notice we heard her say, thanks for calling, Keller.
For calling. If you know your party's extension...
I'm going to hang up.
For calling Prop Locate. This is Erica speaking. Am I help you?
Oh, Erica, you know, I don't know how I did it. I was actually trying to get the Sears Auto Center. I clearly dialed the wrong number. I'm so sorry to bother you. Thank you. Bye-bye. This will be the last call. And no answer. Okay, so let me explain to you what's going on here. We had a couple people on hold. We talked to some live people. We had time zone restrictions, so those safeguards are kicking in. Let me explain to you what's going on here. So what I want you to do is I want you to follow the mouse, kind of like you'd follow the bouncing ball. If I'm talking to Jose on 1, and Arcelin and Lincoln pick up on 2 and 3, Arcelin and Lincoln are going to hear the on-hold message. If I finish with Jose while Arcelin and Lincoln are on hold, I'll be transferred into the middle of that on-hold call, and I'll just start talking to them. We actually saw one message where those people were on hold. They hold for a moment. We came over, and we spoke with them. Now, on the other side of the coin, if I'm on the phone with Jose for a really long time, and Arcelin and Lincoln hang up the phone, the dialer will pause dialing. It's just not going to keep on dialing numbers if it senses that I'm on the phone. Now what it will do is eventually when I get off the phone with Jose, it will redial Arcelin and Lincoln before it dials any new phone numbers because it doesn't want me to have any missed opportunities. So the dialer is intuitive in how it handles those calls. Now, every time somebody picks up the phone, a customer window is going to open up, and it will have all the information you uploaded from your Excel CSV file that you can click and edit on the fly. You can edit the name. You can type in notes, and you can disposition it with one of our disposition buttons, which you can also customize. And when you click a disposition button, time and date stamps up here in the notes section. Now, the buttons that we have are call back, meaning maybe you don't want to leave a voicemail, you just want to hang up and call them back later. Got lead, meaning they are a hot, warm, or cold lead. Do not call, meaning they're not interested, they'll be removed from the campaign. Send to mail, meaning email. You'll type in their email address and hit send, and they'll receive whatever email template you've attached to that campaign. Or, as you can see, it will auto-populate an email if you have it. Always a good idea to confirm that email. You can also schedule a phone call or an appointment using a calendar, time, and then location. You can type in an address or part of town. And of course, you can hit the Got Sell button and plug in a monthly or annualized premium or lump sum amount. So I'm going to go ahead and disposition these calls real quick that we spoke to. 1, 2, 3. There's 4 of them. And I want to mention one thing real quick. When I sold insurance for many years, I actually used several different dialers, and I hear this compliment at least once a week. People tell us how easy our dialer is to use. And I think that's important, whether you're talking about cell phones, TV remotes, or dialers, because when it's simple, you're going to get up to speed quicker, and you're going to start generating those leads, appointments, and sales quicker. So whether you're making your calls or you've hired somebody to do so, I think that's important. So let's go to the next module, which is Contacts and Leads. View Contacts and View Leads. This is where you manage and edit your contacts and your leads. You can also search them. You can even make phone calls from here as well. Now, these two modules actually look the same, very similar, except one's for contacts and one's for leads. So I'm just going to go to View Leads and show you around a little bit. Here, you can search using a specific campaign, a previous day and time that campaign was called in the past, a specific status. When I sold insurance, I would categorize my leads into hot, warm, and cold leads. So essentially with these drop-down menus, you can create custom campaigns on the fly. Coincidentally, most of our customers are insurance agents, life and health, P&C, and realtors, but we're also in a lot of other industries because our software is so easily customizable. Additional search options. We have the ability to search by name or any part of name, phone number, email, zip code, and location. Then you can hit go. Down below, you can see we have all of our hot leads where you can click the print detail button, basic print. You can also export this information back out of the dialer the same way you brought it into the dialer via a CSV file. CSV files, they're a universal file format. Most lead vendors use them, list vendors, CRMs, software, Microsoft Outlook, ACT. This gives you mobility with your data. And you also have the ability to add leads on the fly. Maybe you get a couple leads, a couple referrals. You don't want to go through the process of creating a spreadsheet and a campaign. Just click the Add Lead button. Now, down below, we have all of our hot leads where you can edit that lead by clicking here. You can delete it. You can scroll down through the activity log and see the history of contact or any notes that you've typed. You can click on Details for more information. You can call these leads one at a time using the green Click to Call telephone because you feel they need individual attention. Those might be longer calls. Or if you want to fire through those calls, just come up here and hit the Start button. And you also have the ability to email those leads to one person or several people. Just enter those values separated by commas. And of course, we also have the ability to do some integration with CRMs where we can send those contacts or leads to those different CRMs for you. We handle that on a case-by-case basis. So let's go to the next module, which is Reports. Calling reports. Earlier I mentioned you had the ability to record phone conversations. Well, this is where you would find them. Now I know I've got some phone conversations in here. I'm going to scroll down and find them. And essentially what you're going to see is what you see on the screen right now is you're going to see beside each name a play and a download button. So you'll use the drop-down menus to find those recordings. Once again, recordings, great resource. This screen's pretty simple to navigate. Let's go to the next module, which is Campaign Statistics. This is a report that I run several times throughout the day. You can run this report for a specific campaign, a previous day and time that campaign has been called in the past, a specific date range. You can run this in real time, remotely, anytime you want. You can use this for timesheets, performance evaluations. If you have multiple dialer accounts underneath your manager account, you can run these reports from the manager account for each specific agent account or all of them. So, for example, what you see here is this person, a couple things. They spent 1 hour and 6 minutes talking on the phone. During that time, they dropped 3 answering machine recordings. They dialed 316 people, generated 23 leads. If I were to hand dial 316 people, it would take me about 11 hours, give or take a little bit. We did it in 1 hour and 6 minutes. The efficiencies of a dialer alone are worth their weight in gold. I'd rather have my fingernails pulled out with pliers than go back to hand dialing. I've hand dialed thousands of people. It's not fun. If you get all the other features, like the CRM, the safeguards, the emailing, the call recording, this is just icing on the cake. Okay? Let's go to the next module, which is email campaigns. Email blast. Very easy to send an email blast in our system. All you have to do is click New Email Blast. Then you will select the email template that you want everybody to receive. Then you'll select the campaign that you want to pull those email addresses from, because remember, campaigns have all of our contact information. And then you can just send this to your hot leads or your cold leads, or you just want to send it to everybody and hit Start and let that email blast go out. The important thing about the dialer is you can do what I used to do. You can load your existing customers into the dialer, and you can call and email them efficiently. You can use this to wish them happy holidays, tell them about new products, ask for referrals. So not only can you build a new book of business, you can build off of your existing book. And a dialer won't make dialing fun, even though we've had some clients say that it actually is kind of fun. What a dialer does is it doesn't give you a chance to get demotivated with all the laborious tasks that come with hand dialing. And frankly, it's just going to increase your numbers. If you're hand dialing 30 numbers, and then you're switching to a dialer, we're dialing hundreds, you can do the math on how that's going to affect your contact rate and your sales. Next module, lead vendors. Real-time leads. We've partnered with several internet lead companies where we can arrange to have your leads loaded into your dialer automatically in real time for you. This is going to give you the ability to contact these leads quicker and track them from cradle to grave. If you don't see your lead vendor here, let us know. We could certainly bring them on board. You actually get notifications for your real-time leads up here in the top right-hand corner under the real-time lead tab. These are just some test leads that I've had dumped into the dialer. And it gives you the ability to click, call, and talk to those leads right then and there. Let's go to the next module, where, again, we've already touched on export status of leads and contacts. We handle that on a case-by-case basis. We have the ability to do that because we own our dialer. Next module is preferences. Email SMTP, that's where you can input or finalize your mapping for using your email servers. We're the vehicle for sending emails. It's driven by your email servers. Email templates. This is where you manage and edit all of your email templates. Simple screen. Here you can click the delete button, edit that template, or preview it. You can create templates. It's much like creating an email. Most of us have done that. Name your template, type your subject line. You can use your attachment if you want, up to 1 megabyte. This looks similar to formatting a regular email. You can see all the different buttons here. You also have the ability to personalize email, where you can have it show up Mr. Smith or Miss Jones. Okay. You also have the ability to upload images and hyperlinks. So you can see very common format options here. You also have the ability literally to just copy and paste pictures, words, and graphics into the body here, and you can create some really nice email templates. Then, of course, you'll hit Submit, and that email template will show up in your list templates where we were just at a moment ago. Voice recordings. This is where you manage and edit your recordings. So here you can play, delete, edit, and download those recordings. We'll show you how to create your own custom on-hold and answering machine recordings. You'll upload those recordings as a WAV file format, WAV, and you'll name it. Not a whole lot here. Hit Save, and then, of course, it will show up under Recordings, which is where we're at right now. Date and time. Not a whole lot to it. Set your date and time zone preferences. And the last thing I want to go over is a feature we have here at the top right-hand corner, alerts and reminders. This is the hub for your appointment reminders, your call reminders, and your email notifications. You get notifications for all these here with the green click-to-call feature. We also have a neat feature in regards to email where When somebody opens up one of your emails, you get notified immediately, and you can literally come over here and click call and talk to that person right then and there. Let me tell you why this is important. Your prospects, they have full-time jobs. They're full-time parents. They have hobbies, errands, friends, things they're doing. So this plain and simply gives you the ability to strike while the iron's hot. That's a feature we get a lot of good feedback on. Now, that concludes the demo portion. I'm going to talk about our pricing, a couple comments, different products we can offer you to increase your sales and help grow your business. First of all, keep in mind our solution is Macintosh compatible. Some dialers are not, or they're very problematic. So for you Apple fans, there are not going to be any worries here with the dialer. We are Apple compatible, Mac compatible. As a former agent, I want to talk to you about marketing methods, because I've done everything short of put my face on TV or my voice on the radio. And using a dialer, I mean, listen, I've done internet leads, agent leads, other leads. I've done social media referral systems, classified ads, door hangers. I've knocked on doors. I've done direct mail. Direct mail is expensive. Using a dialer is the least expensive way to generate new business. It's more personal because you're actually talking to someone. It's more flexible because you can change your scripts, your emails, your recordings. You can change all that on the fly, and it doesn't cost you anything to change it either. Some of those other methods, it might cost you $25 or $100 to do so. It's more responsive because you're generating leads, appointments, and sales right then and there rather than waiting a week or two for those other methods to come back around to you. And oftentimes you're actually generating exclusive leads that aren't shared with other agents. And let's face it, less competition is better. Now, speaking of competition, let's go to our website. Go ahead and type this in here. And let's talk about our pricing. Of course, you can see we have a lot of different tabs here, tutorials, the lead store, support. I want to talk about our pricing. We have 3 different dialers. We have our light dialer, our plus dialer, and our max dialer. You can pay for these services on an hourly or a monthly basis. The pricing you see here includes everything. There's no hidden fees. There's no taxes. There's no phone bill as long as you're calling the continental U.S. or Canada. We don't nickel and dime you over features. And guess what? There's no contract. It's month to month. Now, we have a neat feature here in regards to real-time leads called Connect and Sell, where if you are purchasing real-time leads or you're generating those leads through your website or websites via web forms, this is for you. The dialer loads those into the dialer, and then it will call you. Call you certain hours, certain days. You can program that, multiple numbers. It'll give you the lead information and connect you right then and there. The benefit here is twofold. One, you have to respond, or you get to respond quicker to those real-time leads. And 2, you don't have to be in front of your computer like some of the other dialers. All you have to do is be near a phone. I think everybody over the age of 10 has a phone these days. Now, we do have some ancillary products. We have our data list, salesdatalist.com, where you get access to a United States business and consumer / residential database, where you can search via a variety of filters. You can see the filters here under the appropriate tabs. And it's month to month, no contract. You get truly unlimited searching, viewing, and downloads. No, there's no soft cap, 2,500 or 4,000 pieces. Okay. You also, we offer a Sales Dialers Pro. This is a service where a lot of people are a fan of those Press 1 campaigns or those voicemail broadcasts that politicians do. So we have salesdialerspro.com. So you can check that out. And, of course, back to our main website, which is salesdialers.com. So we know you're busy, and if there's anything we can do to make you successful on the dialer, be it with scripts, telesales, training, or any of our other lead and dialer products, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're going to reach out to you. Go ahead and give us a call if you have any questions. We certainly appreciate your consideration and hope that the rest of your day goes well. Thank you very much for your time. Take care.